Hi, friends. We're coming up on the end of this election. By the time I post this, we'll have about a week left, so if you haven't voted yet, vote. I hope I've earned your vote. In the last few weeks, I've talked to a bunch of you and posted a lot of videos, talking about the various challenges and opportunities that I see for our union and why I believe I'm the best person to be our next UCAT's president. But I want to take a minute to make my final argument. Why am I running for president? Because as I say in every one of these videos, we're worth fighting for. That's what I've been doing for 16 years now, at the bargaining table, in the meeting with the boss, on the streets, fighting for you, fighting for me, fighting to make all of our lives better. And that's what I'm going to continue to do as president, and I'm going to fight even harder for you. So what are we fighting for? In short, our livelihoods and our liberty. Okay, our livelihoods. During the next couple of years, as we build up to our next contract, I want to use our present contract as aggressively as possible. Squeeze every cent out of it as possible into your pockets. Maybe you or your whole department should be in a higher pay grade. That's Article 10, Article 11 of our contract. Let's see if we can get you reclassified. Maybe you deserve a merit increase. I think you do. That's Article 8E. Let's see if we can help you advocate for yourself. These things are good not just in themselves, but they also help us to agitate and build power so that when contract time comes around, we're in a position to get an even better contract. Okay, liberty. A lot of you have talked to me about your anxiety, about the current state of the world, about the attacks on higher education, and our livelihoods, by the Trump regime. And I hear you. I feel the same way. I've been sounding the alarm myself since the election. It is unprecedented times, there's no doubt. But, the best way to get past anxiety is to get in the fight. That's what I've done. As I've reported to you, I got NYU on the record that come what may, one of their top priorities will be to retain employment. That's your job. That's my job. I've been advocating tirelessly and repeatedly with our powerful state union for all of us in higher ed and demanding that it use its considerable resources and considerable influence to protect us. And I'll be doing the same with our national union. I'll be looking to partner with allies for mutual aid and support, whether that's in the lobbies of the legislatures or the courthouses or the conference rooms or out on the streets, because no one is going to rescue us but us. So there's a lot to be done, but I'm so very optimistic because I know I won't be doing this alone. We have great, fierce professional organizers, and I'll make it my business to make sure they have every tool they need to do their jobs for you. We have an extraordinary class of incoming officers and stewards reflecting the entire mosaic of NYU. Some of them I've worked with for many years, and some of them I've only met in the last few weeks. I'm hugely excited to work with each and every one of them, because here's the deal. The old saying is true. If you want to go quickly, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I have experience and vision, yes, but I'm only one person. UCATs should never be the Chris Show or the Kate Show. So I'll be calling on the collective wisdom and the hard work of all of my colleagues, both old and new, to serve you every day. But mostly, I'm optimistic because of you. Now, it goes without saying that some of the most extraordinary people I've ever met in my entire life have worked here at NYU. Artists and activists and all kinds of amazing folks. Really heartened me in these last few weeks talking to so many of you is how so many of you really want to step up. Get involved. Some of you have become stewards, and that's amazing. And some of you want to serve in other ways. And don't worry, we're going to figure out a way of putting you to work. So, friends, these are interesting times. Let's rise to them. Let's fight for what's ours, and let's fight for what's right. I ask for your support, and in return, I'll give you every atom of fight that I have in me. So let's do this.